friends, the Brule, you need a vacation. Oh, I need a vacation. Everything will be fine if I have a vacation. I'm just going to work, and I'll take a vacation. And this life I've been grinding away at, which I can't stand. I hate it day in and day out after my vacation, which takes 5 days to settle into, and then a couple days to enjoy. Then I'm starting to think about going back to work. That's going to solve everything.
Right.
Right? Is that where we are?
Yeah. You pretty much summed that up, Peter. Well done.
Yeah. I'm inspired by the life you've designed and the travel you do, and seeing more of the world. Can you share with us how to go about creating a life that you don't need a vacation from?
Sure.
And feel free to read a little excerpt if you want to start there.
Yeah, I'll read a little excerpt and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Maybe you're wondering, what could be better than a vacation? Don't get me wrong, vacations can be great.
A life that feels like a vacation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop. See, I'm leading this section.
You
I read the book. I read the book.
You clearly did, and your reading comprehension is very good, Peter. As Peter said, a 2-week vacation can really boil down to only 4 days when it comes down to it, because you take so much time to get into that mode. And what's better than a vacation is when everyday life is so affirming, gratifying, and joy-filled that you don't need a vacation. When there's no need to escape, right? We're talking about that caged bird earlier. Mm-hmm. When there's that feeling is no longer present for you, if you do go and take a vacation, then there won't be an ounce of dread or remorse when it is time to return. Imagine that. No, I mean it. Take a moment now and imagine that. What would that be like? Using your imagination can create great things. And that speaks to part of the answer, Peter, is it starts with imagining it and trusting that you wouldn't be able to imagine it if it wasn't possible for you. You don't need to have all the hows and the 10-point plan worked out for you to own that it's your desire. So that's really a place to start. Everyone's no vacation needed life is going to look different. And in this chapter, it goes into a lot of detail about the different zones in your life and how you really intend them to be unique to you and what actually adds up to your version of a no vacation needed life. So it's very
unique. And I think you talked in that chapter, is it there that you talk about moving from a survival mode to more of getting into a thrive?
Yeah. So that's so key. And another little excerpt I'll read on that note. Okay. This is page 171. Life is hard. At least that's what I used to believe. For all the reasons stated above, I was deep in survival mode. Based on my beliefs, anxiety, and experience, I was swimming in stew, what I call survival mode stew, so thick, I even went so far as to secretly or outright condemn those who, by my assessment, seemed too delighted or carefree. I judged them as careless, irresponsible, or worse, imposters. That's how committed to survival mode I was. My heels were dug in. But my judgments and doubts were projection, rooted in my belief that even those who seemed light and free and happy somehow posed a personal threat to my reality. And in a very real sense, they did. This was good news, but I didn't see that yet. Their very existence challenged my reality and my own beliefs about what was possible for me. While it was them that I directed my distrust to, in truth, what I didn't trust was my own joy. I didn't trust it to stick around. I didn't trust my ability to create more of it. I didn't know how to manage my energy. I believed struggle would always be there, a given. But joy, not so much.
That's one of the many things I highlighted in the book, not trusting my joy.
I've been there. I have been in the trenches. I want readers and people to know that, and I share that story. it's not that we have to be joyful if we're not. Be where you are.
Mhm.
Survival mode is valid and part of getting there sometimes, right?
Right.
It's like you have to, and there's rewards in survival mode too. You achieve new levels of success there too. But ultimately, the no vacation needed life lives in thrival mode, as I like to call it, right? Made up word,
Mm.
another made up word, but thrival mode. And how do you get there? How do you get from survival mode to thrival mode? And one of the pieces here, and this goes against so much in the coaching industry,
Mhm.
is that I recommend that you stop striving for balance. Balance is bunk. Balance is bunk.
I in like news apps and things I look at spirituality and mindfulness, all these stuff, I see the articles like how to get life balance, balance, balance. Like so there's lots of messaging out there about balance. What's wrong about balance?
What's wrong with balance is it's precarious. So you might be striving and striving to get there, but then you reach it. And I mean, think of it as like a balance beam, right? You finally get there and you then are holding your breath, you're sucking your stomach in, your toes are, and you're hoping the wind doesn't blow. It's like, I did it. I'm balanced. Like, I got it. But actually, that's a state of tremendous anxiety. And it's probably not going to be what you thought it would be. Like, I finally got that balance. Now I have to
Mhm.
protect it. Now I have to ensure it stays and like keep everything perfect. And I think it just kind of feeds that perfectionism part of us. And I think the striving for balance is way too low a ceiling, way too low a bar to set for your
Mhm.
life. So yeah, balance isn't the thing to strive for at
What do you
all.
strive for instead? What's the if balance is too low of a target,
Yeah.
what do we go for?
Yeah, that's the thing. People are like, well, I don't know what else to strive for. Balance is the thing to strive for, right? Well, I'm recommending you strive instead for overflow. Overflow. More than enough of the things that really
Oh the
create that
goodness.
cushion
You
for
know,
you.
that makes me think of learning to ride a bike that if if you're just like when you're looking you're like I need to balance this bike and you're just like it's like
Yeah.
barely and like you're not moving and like you can't really balance it and get to a point where you're actually enjoying and moving until you actually start going forward and push people. Don't worry about the balance so much, go like go. I
Right.
remember my dad it just like helped me learn to ride a bike. And he's like, just go faster. You won't fall if you go fast. I'm like, but I'm not balanced. Wasn't exactly, but it's like, but I'm not balanced yet. All the people said I need life balance. And I was like,
Right.
go,
Right.
thrive,
Right. It's
overflow.
Yeah, it's counterintuitive. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, wait, I should go faster to like get momentum going when I haven't hit balance yet. But that's a great metaphor for this, be in momentum and strive forward towards a sense of overflow. And when I say overflow, is a thrival mode is a space of cushioned more than enoughness so that when the wind blows, you are supported and prepared with an overflowing abundance of what you need to manage whatever life may throw your way. More than enough time, more than enough money, more than enough love, more than enough health, impact, generosity, freedom, joy, and if you're like me, more than enough shoes. So what are you hearing for yourself? For those watching, we really want to hear. Like, have you been striving for balance? Where in your life can you shift gears? And it doesn't take more energy to strive for overflow. That's the other kind of secret
Right.
than it does to strive for balance. Both take just as much energy, so you might as well strive for overflow.